Photo ESA. The moon isn't nearly as exciting as it used to be. Once we convinced ourselves that it was mostly just a big dead pile of rock which didn't take long interest in the funding that comes with it moved to Mars and beyond. The biggest thing that the moon has going for it is that it's relatively close to us. Spacecraft can get there in just a few days, and it takes only a couple of seconds for a signal to get there from here. The European Space Agency has been trying to encourage a hybrid approach to lunar usefulness, combining science with business like mining and tourism to help promote exploration in general. In partnership with the Space Tech program at the Graz University of Technology in Austria, ESA is encouraging startups to develop ways of making money on the moon. One of the most recent ideas involves a bunch of little robots that gamers will be able to drive themselves. Lunatix, as this new company is called, sees the surface of the moon as the next great opportunity for augmented reality gaming. They want to send a team of robots to the surface by 2021, including 5 small 1.5 kilograms nanobots that gamers will be able to drive directly, along with a larger 150 kilograms mothership that will provide support power and communications to the smaller robots, and also house a token science payload. Concepts. Lunatix concept images not to scale of the Lunatix mothership and nanobot. The MMP main mobile platform will have 4 wheels with a 4x4 drive and an independent suspension of each wheel. The wheels will have hub electromotors with gearboxes directly attached. The wheels will be made of wired mesh, similar to the design of the ones used in the Apollo program. The main advantages are low weight, good traction, and excellent suspension properties. The MMP will be able to move up to 20 km/h. The nanobots will also have 4 wheels, but with a 2x2 drive of hub electromotors. The nanobots will be able to reach up to 5 km/h. They will be also capable of hopping, using the suspension systems as catapults. The low-gravity lunar environment will allow hopping up to 3 meters in the air and broad jumps of 10 meters in a single bound. Due to the spherical shape of the cages, the nanobots will have no problems recovering after landing and taking off again. Lunatix is projecting that they'll make an amount of money equivalent to what Angry Birds Space made. That is, something like €300 million, $353 million over 7 years. Of that, they predict about 1/3 will come from merchandising, and half from subscriptions. Lunatix says it is expecting 60 million page views per month on its website, several years before the robots are even launched to the moon. Most users, Lunatix says, will be paying €2 per month for a subscription to the games that will include the ability to drive virtual rovers around a virtual lunar surface. The game will allow controlling a virtual nanobot in a simulated moon environment. It will be free of charge during this phase. Once the nanobots are deployed on the lunar surface, the game will be enhanced with real images and videos from the moon. Given the enormous success of the game Pokémon Go, the game powered by Lunatix will also include augmented reality techniques. Revenues will be made by monthly subscriptions to the game and by selling to gamers time slots with the possibility to control the real nanobots on the actual moon. To get what gamers really want, which is the ability to drive a real rover on the real lunar surface, Lunatix is expecting users to pay €500, $590 for a 20-minute time slot. Players can also win the experience as an in-game prize, but the amount of time and effort it would take to do that, Lunatix says, implies that those users will have already spent a significant amount of time and money in subscription fees, and if you want to drive a rover without having to buy a time slot or wait in line, the full ownership of one of the 5 nanobots will be sold to one exclusive user through an auction starting at €15 million, $17.7 million. Lunatix helpfully notes that this is only half the cost of spending a week on the ISS yourself, but I feel like a week in space might be more than twice as cool, especially since even your own personal nanobot won't be able to stray very far from its mothership, and also won't work half the time when it's nighttime on the moon. While there's a small section in the Lunatix executive summary on legal framework, there are few specifics about whether or not the United Nations would approve something like this. Lunatix seems to suggest that its use case is covered under the common interest of all mankind in the progress of the exploration and use of outer space for peaceful purposes, but I'm not so sure. It may be that no framework exists yet either for or against, and my gut reaction that commercializing the moon in this way somehow cheapens it is probably just me being old and grumpy. If this is the best way to get robots to the moon, then so be it. Lunatix PDF via ESA Moon Lunatix Gaming Lunar Exploration Moon Robots ESA Augmented Reality Moon Exploration Jumping Robots. Sign up for the Automaton newsletter and get bi-weekly updates about robotics, automation, and AI, all delivered directly to your inbox. Aerospace at ICRA's 2011 opening keynote, the chief scientist of China's lunar exploration program discusses the future of robotic missions to the moon. The 9th of May 2011 Robotics. China's Jade Rabbit rover is alive and well on the surface of the moon. The 17th of December 2013 Robotics. Robots using mirrors to reflect sunlight at other robots could enable exploration of craters and caves. The 13th of July 2015 Robotics. Ancient technology inspires a future Venus rover that can operate for years at 500 degrees Celsius. The 8th of August Robotics. By mastering a Mars robot simulator, an engineer and stay-at-home maid dad took home the $125,000 top prize. The 11th of July Robotics. The most efficient way to exploring other planets may be sending humans to orbit and letting robots do everything else. The 22nd of June Robotics. With a solid fuel rocket and internal gyro stabilizer, this little robot can make a highly targeted long-distance leap. The 6th of June Aerospace. This small, nimble robot can fold and unfold itself. The 13th of May Robotics. This little robot can go where other robots fear to roll. The 8th of May Robotics. Small, versatile, and autonomous, astrobee will be getting to work on the ISS. The 11th of February Robotics. This free-flying robot will be a big help for astronauts aboard the International Space Station. The 9th of February Robotics. Top teams will compete in a simulated Mars mission. The 8th of February Robotics. The competition starts with teams operating a robot in a simulated Martian dust storm. The 17th of August 2016 Robotics. Teleoperation and in situ materials are how robots will prepare the moon and Mars for our arrival. The 25th of January 2016 Robotics. Among the challenges competing with Facebook and Google, and figuring out how to integrate commercial technology into space programs. The 7th of December 2015 Aerospace. The U.S. Space Agency plans to use tiny satellites and GPS signals to more accurately predict hurricane strength. The 27th of October 2015 Transportation. An MIT engineer and historian argues that self-driving cars and other robotic systems should still keep humans in the loop. The 23rd of October 2015 Robotics. Robotic teleoperation means we can explore places where it's too difficult to send fragile, needy humans. The 17th of September 2015 Robotics. This is what happens when we skip a week of video. Friday the 11th of September 2015 Robotics. JPL's tumbling robotic hedgehog can jump, spin, and roll in microgravity to explore asteroids and comets. The 10th of September 2015